Okay, you guys, here's another instructional video, this time dealing with objetos directos y indirectos. Here we have a chart where we can see that the indirect object pronouns and the direct object pronouns are the same in the first, second person, as well as in the nosotros form. Where they're different is in the third person singular and plural. So for él, ella, and usted, you're going to use le, versus for direct object pronouns, lo and la. So you do have to worry about gender with direct object pronouns, whereas with indirect you do not. With ellos or ellas and ustedes, les is the plural, or los and las for direct object pronouns. So when do we use pronombres? Well, we use pronouns to avoid repetition. We do the same exact thing in English. So here we have a sentence, an example, di la solicitud al jefe de la compañía. I gave the application to the company's boss. In natural conversation, if I say, who did you give the application to? You're not going to say, to the company's boss. I gave the application to the company's boss. You're going to use pronouns like I gave it to him. So how do we do that in Spanish? Well, we have some examples below. We can say, I gave it to the company's boss. Take the place of the application, la solicitud. In this case, this is the direct object. We replace it with a pronoun, la, and we put it before the verb. La di al jefe de la compañía. I gave it to the company's boss. We can also say, I gave him the application. Well, him, now it's to who did you give the application? We have an indirect object pronoun, and we're going to use the pronoun le. Again, goes before the conjugated verb. Le di la solicitud. Double object pronouns, I gave it to him. Here we have se la di. I gave it to him with an emphasis on him. Who did you give the application to? I gave it to him. Well, in Spanish, instead of that intonation to give emphasis, we use repetition. So here we're going to see this example, se la di a él. So let's backtrack and see if we can understand all of that. First, let's start with objetos directos. So in order to first identify where is the direct object of the sentence, you go to the verb in the sentence and you ask these questions. ¿Qué o quién? What or who? So in this example, for example, mi madre invitó a mi novia a la fiesta. Here's our verb. My mother invited. Let's ask these questions. Invited what? Well, it's not a what. Invited who? Mi novia. Therefore, mi novia is the objeto directo. In the second part of the sentence, we're going to use a pronoun, right? We're not going to say my mother invited my girlfriend to the party because she wanted to meet my girlfriend because my girlfriend. We're going to use pronouns. So she wanted or she wants to meet her. Direct object pronoun. Let's go back to our chart. We have a direct object pronoun for la novia. We're going to go to first person singular, feminine, la novia. Here's our direct object pronoun. So, mi madre invitó a mi novia a la fiesta, la quiere conocer. El número 2, mi madre trabajó con Juan, pero no blank conoce bien. You go to the verb, you ask the question, she worked with who? Who? She didn't know who well. Well, we have the answer here, Juan. So, lo conoce bien. No lo conoce bien. She didn't know him well. Direct object pronoun, not la this time because Juan is masculino. El número 3, a mi madre le gusta mucho trabajar con niños. My mother likes to work with children. She wants to help who? In this case, we have los niños is the direct object. Which pronoun are we going to use? It's masculine, it's plural, so we're going to use los. Los quiere ayudar. Here, mi madre terminó su novela hace 2 años. My mother finished her novel 2 years ago. Now, She wants to publish what? What does she want to publish? ¿Qué? She wants to publish su novela. Novela es singular, femenina, so which pronoun do we use? La. Indirect objects, we pretty much use the same system, but we ask different questions this time. We identify the verb and then we ask the questions. ¿A quién or para quién? To whom or for whom? Here we have mi novio siempre blank da muchos regalos. My boyfriend always gives many gifts. To who? Well, if it's your boyfriend, let's hope he's giving you the gifts, right? So, me da muchos regalos. He gives many gifts to who? To me. Tu novio siempre da muchos regalos. Gives many gifts to who? To you. Te. Ayer mi padre pagó mucho dinero al doctor. He paid a lot of money to who? To the doctor. Right? El doctor, that's third person. We do not worry about gender with the indirect objects. We have one option, and that is le. Luciana compró un libro a su hermana. She bought a book for who? ¿Para quién? Su hermana. Again, we have le. Y número 5. Compré flores a todas mis amigas. I bought flowers for who? For todas mis amigas. Feminine, plural, only one option here, les. In the third person, there is sometimes a need to clarify because le could mean I bought the book for him, for her, for usted. Sometimes we don't know. So we have to clarify, we have to add more information. We can use these pronouns or we can use the explicitly stated indirect object. Luciana le compró un libro for who? A su hermana. Luciana le compró un libro a ella, for her. And then of course, if from the context of conversation, it's totally clear who she bought the gift for, we don't need that clarification. We just need the object pronoun. The tricky part here is that with indirect objects, the pronoun always has to be in the sentence, no matter what. So even though in this example, if we literally translate it into English, Luciana bought a book for her sister, it's incorrect because that indirect object pronoun always has to be there. So double object pronouns, right? First, there's two rules. If you're going to use two pronouns in the same phrase, the indirect goes first and both precede the conjugated verb. Here we have the example, Victor me compró las flores. So now I want to say, instead of Victor bought me the flowers, I want to say Victor bought them for me. Well, he bought what? Las flores, objeto directo, for who? For me, objeto indirecto. The order is always indirecto, directo, verbo. Ella me dio la solicitud. She gave what? La solicitud to who? To me. Indirecto, directo, verbo. Juan te mandó la carta. Juan sent, mandó to send. He sent what? Well, he sent la carta, objeto directo. What's our pronoun? It's going to be la. He sent it to who? To you, te. Indirecto, directo, verbo is our order. Te la mandó. You can try these on your own. Now, if we have a combination, when we put these two objects together, if we have a combination of le or les in front of lo, los, la, or las, something special has to happen. You can remember this because lelo means tonto or estúpido in Espanol. You want to avoid the la, 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 la. Any combination of two L's, indirecto, indirecto, we want to avoid that by changing the indirect object pronoun whether it's singular or plural, to say. So let's give that a try. Le dio el puesto a Veronica. They gave the job opening to Veronica. Now we want to say they gave it to her. Well, they gave what? El puesto es el objeto directo, singular, so we have lo, and they gave it to who? To her, le, but we can't say lelo, so we change the le to say. In the second example, les va a mostrar el anuncio. He or she is going to show the job announcement to them. We want to say he's going to show it to them. Well, it, in this case, el anuncio, is lo. Showing it to who? To them would be les, but we can't say leslo, so we change the indirect object pronoun to say. You can try these examples on your own. And last but not least, when you're using a compound verb phrase, things like quiere preparar, necesito comer, where the first verb is conjugated and the second is left in the infinitive, you have two options of placement. If you only have one verb, those object pronouns have to go before. If you have two verbs, in this case, you have the option of putting them at the end of the second verb. So both of these sentences are correct. Juan nos quiere preparar la cena. Juan quiere prepararnos la cena. Here we have a second example with double object pronouns. Indirecto, directo, verbo. We have our order. If we put them at the end, we have the verb and then same order. Indirecto, directo. He wants to prepare what? La cena for who? For us. Okay, guys, I hope that helps, and you won't be tested on this until the midterm, so you have some more time to study. Let me know if you have any questions.